I get to finally explain what this wall of pictures is about with this and this, the new 2nd edition Sprocket from HP. We're going to talk about this bad boy next on Geekazine. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Putting the Geek. You got me. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, youtube.com/Geekazine. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell for the next video. First of all, I gotta say, hey, I got product, and of course I got all these great little photos. Well, not the photos themselves, but the paper through HP. They sent me all this stuff to review, and but everything that I do is through Geekazine, and all the opinions are my own. You can go over to geekazine.com/review to find out more. So I went out to California a few weeks ago to learn about this and the Tango X, which I did a review a couple weeks ago. You can see that here. This week I get to talk about the Sprocket. This is a mobile printer. It's a small printer, and they have the previous version. Let me show you the previous version right here. It's this, and then of course this is new. As you can see, there's some differences, and there's reasons why we have differences. So what is the Sprocket? The Sprocket is a mobile printer to use with your iOS, to use with your Android device, to send out the pictures to your friends, to your family. Kind of like that old Instamatic you might have had, except it works a little bit differently than, you know, being all in the same device there. Now, this is a thermal printer, and it uses what's called Z ink. So the idea is the paper goes in, it goes over a roller which heats up and tells it the colors to put onto the paper, and of course comes out with your photo. We'll show you how it works here really quick. You have to load in the paper first, and the one thing that that they really like about this new printer is the fact that the paper is, the top load is easier to open than with the first generation Sprocket. So you basically put this in, and by the way, this video is not real time. I sped it up so you can see how this works. So as you can see, we put the paper in. The first piece of paper that comes out is the guide that says, hey, this is what's in here, what type of paper and stuff like that. So we'll pull that out, and then I did a little photo booth. It's one of the options that you can get on the phone. So I did a little photo booth of myself, and that printed that picture out right there. All right, this is the Sprocket 2nd edition. They've improved the print quality. They have an enhanced and seamless connectivity with the new app, the updated app that they put out. It comes with a wake-up mode, so you never really have to turn off the printer. After a while, it'll go to sleep, and then you go and you turn it back on. It has a visual printer queue, and that's pretty cool because then you can see what pictures are coming up to print. You can even tell the printer to reprint pictures if you like it that much, you want to send it to more friends. It has a multi-print queue, which means if I have my iPhone connected, I have my iPad connected, if somebody else has their Android phone connected, it'll all print to the same queue. And like I said, the reprint queue is right there. Augmented reality experience. And then, of course, the big thing is they wanted to get away from the branded design. Like I said, here's the old one. You see the HP logo. Apparently, a lot of people didn't like that. So what they wanted to do is give it a different look. So it's got a non-real, well, it's got the brand right here, but, you know, it's also in a nice little corner. You can put a little carabiner here, or maybe your lanyard, and hang it on your neck or on your belt clip or something like that. For there's also a case that you can get that you get with this, and you can put it right into the case, and then whenever you need to go out and about, you have this close by. It's got different styles that you can check up on the website to see how these come in. Of course, you can also print out a couple pictures and put them right on there, because the pictures all have sticky backs to them, so you can put them up on the wall. And that's what I did here, was I created this wall, all of pictures. You can see most of them as you go, as I turn back and forth. Next up, we're going to show you the AR features, the augmented reality. So what I did was I took a video of my Sprocket, and then I went into the app and I actually sent it as a picture to print. And you could do this many different ways, but the idea is that when you go to point the picture, you get to see the augmented reality, whether it be a video in the printer, or maybe a photo slideshow, or just a little bit more. If these came off your iPhone, then they could be live pictures. where you get to see a couple seconds of time. The Sprocket in the second edition Sprocket is up next. So what we're doing is we're doing side-by-side print. These, once again, are sped up videos, but this is sped up 2 times. So you'll see it's about twice the time for that. Now, we're checking out the print quality. As you can see with the Sprocket, you see on the right side the difference between the two. That's an amazing little thing right there on the color and how much different you see with that printer. All right, let's take a look at all the pros and cons for this printer. The Sprocket second edition, a lot of great pros, like for instance, the print quality is noticeably different. It's quick to connect, it's easy to open and replace that paper, and you can choose the photos from multiple sources. In fact, let me show you how this print queue looks. If you put in any photos, like if we'll go into the photos and we'll do, and by the way, you can get your photos from your camera roll, you can get it from your Instagram, you can get it from your Facebook and Google+, which I don't have set up on the iPhone. I have it set up on the iPad. So you can choose a picture, like for instance, Zoe here in her holiday basket. You hit the button and it's gonna figure out the experience. Since this was a live photo, the embeddable experience will be the actual live photo there. And then of course, this comes up, gets ready to print. And while it's doing that, I'll show you some of the other cool features here. I've got both sprockets here, so I can switch between queues. I have like 3 or 4 of these sprockets nearby, so I can make prints pretty quick and easy. As you can see, it's printing out, so it takes about a minute to print out a picture. But this also is thermal, so it's gonna get warm. And with the warmness, if you're printing multiple pictures, it needs time to cool down. If I wanted to do this into a tile version, all I have to do is slide up here, and I can say I want 1 tile, I want 4 tiles, or I want 9 tiles. As you saw in the picture back there, you saw a few things that actually I set were 4 tiles. You can also do a lot of edits. You can change the tones of it. They have a lot of presets here. So if I want Zoe to look like this, I can. If I want Zoe to, a little bit darker, different types of tones. There's this looks like a black and white type tone here. So a lot of different editings. I got some frames that I can put on here, like hearts and borders, and I can put on stickers, and I can even write text. You can then save them to your camera roll, send them out on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, and then print them out to send to all your friends. If they have a wall like mine, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. All right, so let's take a look at the cons on this thing. Now, like I said, it does get warm because it is a thermal printer. It's not gonna get super hot. If you're doing multiple prints, it will say, hey, we need a couple seconds to warm down. I had some battery issues, even when I had the printer plugged into the USB port. There is a USB port in the back. That's basically how it plugs in, right there where you see the red light. And then of course we have the power button back there. I ended up printing multiple pictures. As you can see, we went through, I think about at least 100 photos are on this wall right back here. So as I was printing and printing and printing, after a while it was actually draining the battery, even though the USB cord was plugged into a high-end charging device. So it needs time to recharge the battery, or else you lose the queue. And if you're printing like lots of pictures, you don't want that queue to go away. So that was another issue that I had with that. The other thing is no PC or Mac support. Now, there's a good reason why there's no PC or Mac support, because this is meant for an iOS or Android. But if I'm taking pictures with my DSLR, there's no direct camera roll option. I can't send it to the printer. I have to put it in my Dropbox, port it into my iOS or Android device, open up Dropbox, save it to my camera roll, open up HP Sprocket, and then print it out. I could also throw it up on Facebook on a private channel or something like that. But once again, there's just a lot of extra steps just to get those photos that I get from my DSLR, because they're going to have a lot better quality than what I take off of my iPhone. Let's talk a little bit about price. The second edition is available right now. You can get it right now And we'll have the links in the show notes when they come available. You can get it on Best Buy. You can get it on Amazon. $129.99, and it comes with a 1-year limited hardware warranty. The paper cost will start at about $4.99, and that was for this type of HPZ ink photo paper. There's many different brands. There's many different sizes too. So make sure that you get the 2x3-inch snapshot size. And of course, this one comes with 20 pieces of paper for $4.99 on Amazon. So that's a pretty good price at about 25 cents a print. And you can get that, and they'll have subscription models too, so you can actually get your printer paper on a regular basis, and of course, a lot cheaper. Of course, the holidays are coming up. It's a perfect gift for your kids, because they love it. They love to print out the pictures. They love to stick them up on the wall like I do, or give them to their friends. In fact, you can do some on Snapchat and do some on Instagram and give them out to different people in just regular print form. Of course, this is thermal paper, so if you have this in direct sunlight, this image is going to go away. Either it's going to burn out or lighten up, but then of course you print out some more to go from there. So I had a fun time putting this wall together, and it is not done. As you can see, there's a lot of space for other pictures. Maybe your photo's not up there, but if we meet, let's take a picture, send it, and if you could also send pictures to me of you. Let's put those on the wall as well. If you're a geek, let's be on the geek wall. This is the Sprocket 2nd edition. It is available now for $129.99, and like I said, I'll have a link in the show notes. Make sure you're getting the 2nd edition Sprocket instead of the 1st edition of Sprocket. You can tell because it won't have the the old version has the branding on top. This has a nice design, and they'll have different designs for this as they go. And it's amazing little printer, and I'll definitely be taking it with me to events. It'd be nice to actually take a picture and send them an actual print copy. Anyway, that's the Sprocket. Do you have the Sprocket? Did you have the 1st generation? Are you getting the 2nd generation? Let me know what you think by tweeting me over at Geekazine, facebook.com/Geekazine, youtube.com/Geekazine. You can go down, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for the next videos. And until next time, you guys geek out and print on.